Hello, wonderful people. Dear friends, join me today, 2nd of June 2025. I greet all Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location, my people. Join me today so that we will continue. I know that so many people have various views and ideas relating to our freedom fight. But my people, I can tell you that such opinion does not matter to us. Many countries achieve their independence or freedom by fighting just like ourselves. So we will not give up, fellow Biafrans. Join me and let us continue to do the needful. Wonderful Biafrans, wherever you are, join this program and let us look at certain things that we should know about and how we are going to continue. And to talk to you about this will require all of us coming together. Let me play my jingle for today's program.
Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. We they never want them to save to. So it is written in the holy book. Then no you find a channel. The time is now. We want to go. Remember your promise. Ndị Roman anyị gburugburu ha na-achịwepụta anyị n'ike. Shut up. They are holding our lead. Masses Africa. Now is Prime Minister. Masses Simon. We shall rise and defend our land. So, the land of rising sun is our hope.
Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom, I am here once more today, that is Monday. The sit at home went very well. As usual, nobody can stop us this time, my people. Biafra is our basic objective, to achieve Biafra, get our nation, and go home and settle and live our lives. No one can deny us this right because it is very fundamental. Join me from wherever you are watching. Remember to like the button so that it will invite more Biafrans, and share the message so that it will go viral. You know, Biafrans, as we are now at this point, everything looks as if nothing is working, but it is working and a lot of things are happening. So, Biafrans, I will always let us share ideas of what is going on, what we should and should not know. You know, we can never give up. Giving up at this point would seem as if it would have been better we never started. So we can never give up at this stage. Whether our prime minister is there or not, whether Msen Nnamdi Kanu is there or not, Biafrans are moving on. The other day was 30th of May, our Heroes Remembrance Day, and it was fantastic. It shook the world, breaking the internet. Wonderful Biafrans, we must and we have to continue to fight for our freedom. I have a link here. If you look at the bottom of um, this very video, you will see donate. biafragov.org/donate. We need to donate. Biafrans, let me assure you something. Time is coming when we will not bother again about donation. When Biafra comes, everybody will be happy because the government have, they have done something that no one expected of a nation that is still in exile. Every department is there. Once Biafra is in homeland, every procedure will kick off. You will see how wonderful Biafra is. So join me and let us continue. Let's listen to
I want
this
you people
video.
to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the height in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible.
Yes, as our PM rightly said, we are going to do everything humanly possible to ensure that Biafra comes. My people, when you are doing something in life, you have to ask yourself one or two questions. Why am I doing this? That is a very big introduction. Is it worth my while doing this? You ask that question and answer it. Then you will conclude how you are going to do it and that you must do it. Biafra is a task that must be done. That first question, why am I going to do this? Or why am I doing this? Is because Biafra has been like 500 years before amalgamation in 1914. We have been in existence and it never worked and can never work. That is the first question. Why am I doing this? We are mentioned, instead of yielding a very good fruit, it produced a very toxic relationship. It produced human beings that you can't live with. People who don't think of others. People who have no value for life. So that is why. And are we going to do it? That's the next question. Yes, my people. Why are we going to do it? We are going to do it because since that amalgamation never produced anything good, along the line in 1960, after their independence, as the nation that they have merged three nations, the Hausa nation, the Oduduwa nation, and the Biafra nation, it never produced anything good. Rather, 6 years to 7 years after they had their independence, there was war. And that war only emanated because the Fulanis in Nigeria never wanted peace for anyone. Out of the killings in so many years past, before 1960, the killing has been going on. And if the killing started before 1960 and is still ongoing in 2025, tell me, when do you think that there will be peace in Nigeria? Never. In 21st century, Nigeria is fighting Cold War to eliminate everyone that never agree with what they planned or what they want. So we Biafrans, when we sit down, we ask ourselves, why are we doing this? When you answer the positive question, or when you answer the question positively, you go to the next question. How are we going to do it? Please, for now, donate. Donate. That is just how. For our liberation army. If we do not donate, they will take over our land because that is their primary objective. Then what are we going to achieve? We are going to achieve a nation called Biafra, where there will be peace, where the nation, the country itself, the government will be looking after its own citizens, where everything that touches and concerns every Biafra is going to be prioritized by the government itself, where the interest of Biafrans will be first before anything else, because we have learned a lot. Now, let's continue to listen to our PM, Andonye Ndumazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Will be done. I want you people to understand Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment. Plan.
You see, my people, just like what I have just said, when you are doing something, you take it step by step, segment by segment. And the first step, we have actually gone past that one. We have declared Biafra because we have determined that living Nigeria will benefit us and staying with them will destroy us. So that step has been passed. And the next step now is for us to restore our nation. Restoration of our nation involves a lot. It will take us a lot before we get to the nation and we will live there. We will no longer live abroad, where you will not be chased about with immigration, where you will be chased about with those who feel that your color and theirs is not the same and there is no affection. no relationship, no common ties. In fact, nothing binds you and them. Nothing is going to make them to accept you as the same as they are. So that's what PM is saying here. Just in a very analytical sense, let's just listen and watch.
Execution will be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Talk about the objective of you intend to achieve it in practical terms.
In practical terms, it is the same way that Rev. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable.
Yes, my people, the media lady that asked our Onyendu, how does he intend to achieve his freedom fight? Do you know why all these journalists, why the journalists, they don't talk? Two reasons. One is that they have been asked by the government not to talk about it by giving them money to gag them, to shut them up. Second, this terrorist group going about buying those who disagree with what they are saying or doing, or who will announce to the world through their media platforms. Those mainstream media, they are always talking about those who want to leave Nigeria, but they will not talk about those who are within Nigeria claiming to be the head of state. That's why Onyendu said that we are going to unravel and unshackle anyone that is stepping on our way or blocking our chances of moving forward. Nigeria can never work. Nigeria can never work. So, these two leaders, these two heroes we have currently, after Odumegwu Ojukwu, we are going to make sure that we follow their template. Because the moment Biafrans leave Nigeria, my people, the rest will all come up. As I said in one of my programs in the past, Nigeria is almost the size of Europe, and there are 44 countries. Go to Google and search, because I did. There are 44 countries in Europe. So how can Nigeria, which is maybe half or 1/4 of Europe, be one country, so that it will be easy for the enemies to come and swallow us up at once? It cannot happen, because they are very smart people, but I'm coming to that.
Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Yes. Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom, I welcome all of you today, the 2nd of June, 2025. It was sit at home in Biafra land. Remember that our PM has been away since 6 to 7 months now. And he's not the one telling anybody to do anything. The same thing goes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Biafrans have decided to leave Nigeria. As you can see, whenever they sit at home, it is civil disobedience, as Onyendu said here. India did it during the time of Gandhi. America did it during the time of Martin Luther King. And we are doing it. We are not the first, and we're not going to be last. What I'm trying to say is that we, the Biafrans, we follow the rule of law. They allow you civil disobedience, and our disobedience is as it can get. Nobody will come and tell you that you have no right to sit in your home. That will be the height of it. So now, my people, this is it. There's a video someone sent to me, and I want to play that video so that we will all hear it together and understand the real reason why our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is being detained. It's not just that the Fulanis have a great influence to the Western world or that they are hobnobbing with the Western world. They have a reason for making our PM being detained. Listen to this video. I will try as much as I could to make it audible and to show the video if I can.
But however, let's check this out. Attention, please. The gas pipeline from Nigeria to Europe is nearing completion. The critical part is to connect it to Igbo, specifically Imo State. I don't really know how true this may be, but however, let's check this out. Attention, please. The gas pipeline from Nigeria to Europe is nearing completion. The critical part is to connect it to Igbo, specifically
I
Imo
want
State,
you people
that has
to
about
hear
the
what
biggest
this
gas
guy
deposits
is saying.
line from Nigeria to Europe is nearing completion. The critical part is to connect it to Igbo, specifically Imo State, that has about the biggest gas deposits in the world. Buhari signed the gas away as collateral for loan.
Do you hear what this man is saying? He is saying that's the man at the middle of this video. The other one is just a content creator. But the man at the middle, who is not a black man, he's a white man, is telling you that a pipeline is being laid from Igbo land to Europe, and that it is in progress as we speak.
Use the money partly to develop other parts of Nigeria and partly to fund Fulani herds to prepare them for full-scale invasion and take over of Nigeria without investing any of the money in Igbo land where the gas is. To connect the pipeline to the primary source in Igbo land and continue to cheat them of their resource is not going to be easy. So the plan is to destabilize the region. It's been long in the making. This is an agreement with major Western powers. The first phase, flooding the region with killer herdsmen and killing young men of the region by mercenaries of one bloated militant, have had limited success. The second phase has just been tested, flooding the region with herdsmen in the guise and in the midst of IDP. Very soon, the Igbo will be painted in orchestrated write-ups all over the world as people unwelcoming to refugees and IDP. There will then be a massacre of IDP by the same planners.
Have you heard that? He said that the plan is that they will use herdsmen to flood Igbo land as they are doing currently. And you all know that there was a time, because these people are full of tricks. They are full of tricks. There was a time they built something that looks like a school at Ehimembano in Imo State. It's a refugee camp inside Biafra land. And people do not understand that the northern part of Nigeria is bigger than south, which is further divided into two. South is divided into two, southwest and southeast. The whole of north is bigger in size geographically. But they will never take that into consideration. They will come down to the southeast, which is Biafra land, to build a house for refugees. And that is not real. That is not true. What they built is a place where they will camp their headsmen. At night, these headsmen will be going out buying our people. And that was the intel. And when PM was around, that place was burnt down so that they won't use it as a nest for terrorists. And this man here said, this very man, he said that they are using the headsmen. They are using the headsmen to confuse people while the West is laying pipe from Biafra land to Europe. Why are they doing that? They are doing it because our Prime Minister and Msen Nnamdi Kanu, they are not around. Let me keep playing it and you will hear. Then after this video, I will give you my conclusion.
It will be blamed on the Igbo, paving the way for full-scale military invasion. The refusal to release Msen Nnamdi Kanu is part of it, and if he is released, he would be assassinated, either by the gun, to be blamed on rival pro-Biafran groups, or...
He is saying that they want to put all this together and use it as an excuse to invade Biafra land militarily. And that is exactly what they are doing now, because if you go to Okigwe, Olu State and Owerri State, you will see that war is ongoing in those parts of Biafra land. War is ongoing, whereas there is no war openly declared. The war going on is the one that Musa declared as asymmetric war. War of intimidation. Asymmetric war, you kill whoever you think is after you. You kill whoever you suspect will block you from getting what you wanted. That's what Musa, the commander-in-chief of the military in Nigeria, is doing to Biafrans. Meanwhile, the Boko Haram, ISWAP, and ISIS are in Sambisa forest buying soldiers in Borno State, and nobody is there attacking them. Nobody is there saying or doing anything to stop them terrorizing people in that area. But their focus is in our land. Why? Because they want to get people distracted while this pipe laying is going on, so that nobody will ever stop them from achieving this. So when this video is over, I will give you my own summary of the whole incident. Let's continue to listen to him.
The slow poison they have been administering on him. Both Britain and the US are part of this plan, and they are not ready to let up. It all boils down.
Did you hear it? Both UN, America, and Europe are in this plan. He said it, not me. Let me repeat it.
Pro-Biafran groups, or by the slow poison they have been administering on him. Both Britain and the US are part of this plan, and they are not ready to let up. It all boils down to the resources.
You see that both America and Europe are in this plan, that even if Msen Nnamdi Kanu is released, they are going to buy him. Because Msen Nnamdi Kanu, one thing, he said to Nigeria, destroy you people with the truth. Just truth. Word of mouth that will expose the characteristics of Nigeria, their methodology of dealing with things, the way they handle issues, the way they treat human beings without value. That's the only thing Onyendu promised them, to use his words, to use his honest, gentle words to destroy Nigeria. Because Nigeria, there is nothing like Nigeria. Baba Wolowo told us that Nigeria is a geographical expression. Nigeria emanated from Royal Niger Company, a British company, and that is what it remains till tomorrow. That's what Nigeria remains till tomorrow. Now we want out. But because we are the golden goose, or the goose that lays the golden egg, they don't want us to go. And anybody who will rise up against these policies and principles, the person will go down. But in Europe and in America, let a dog be found in a dangerous way, you will see air ambulance coming for the dog, an animal. I'm not against animal rights and everything, but I do not see how human beings who are living, the men are fathers, the women are mothers, they will come together and be gloating on other people's blood, smiling at other people's death. People are being killed so that you will get gas and oil. You will be making laws in your own country that people shouldn't steal, against theft, whereas you are busy stealing what belongs to people. And you support for them to be paid without any accountability. This is the thing. That's why they are detaining our PM. That's why they have all these mechanisms, all these willing tools, like Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Ngozi Orabufulani, governors of the Southeast, and all the politicians put together. This is why they don't want us to go. This is one of the major reasons why our PM is detained. The Oyibo man wants gas and oil. The Fulani wants to seize the same opportunity to Islamize and Fulanize us. That is the end of story. Yes, my people. So let's listen to the end.
Called gas. They must have it by all means as an alternative to the Russian gas that has become a problem to them. They know that the Igbo are no pushover, hence the systematic weakening of Igbo cohesion and the grand plan. For such a plan is needed.
You heard what he said? I'm not really laughing, but inside of me, I'm very angry. They know that the Igbos are not easy pushover. Therefore, they are pressing on the Igbos to destabilize the Igbos using both Boko Haram, military, air force, everything to get what they want. The interest of their people first. And that is what Biafrans are coming to introduce and display in Biafra land. Anything that is going on, Biafra person must be first. This is what we have learned. If you have an enemy, two things. You either learn good thing from them or you learn the bad one. So the good thing we are going to learn from our enemies is how they prioritize the interests of their people. They can go to any length, just like they are doing to Ibrahim Traore. This morning I was going through internet and I saw troops of terrorists that was discovered in Burkina Faso. And all of them were apprehended and sent to prison. They said they won't kill them, but they have to find out who sent them. And you all know who. I don't have to tell you that France has been fighting Macron. Why did you let Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to leave? So he's doing everything humanly possible to get Burkina Faso back to their palms. And that is what is happening in Biafra land. And they must have people like terrorists to be in our midst to help destabilize us. While they are taking the oil and gas, the Fulanis are Islamizing and Fulanizing. We are just at the middle. So Biafrans, this is why I always encourage every Biafran to donate generously. This donation will not be an everlasting thing. It is just but a while. It will not take us anything to defend our land. When you think of the Igbo man, we are known as people who are very upright in our ways. We don't step on anybody's toes. We do not live in isolation. We are socialites, academicians, business-oriented people, and above all, we are human beings that do not tolerate any insolence, no matter how tiny. All this put together was characterized by the actions of our forefathers called Igbo landing that drowned themselves, said instead of them to be slaves, that they better get themselves drowned. And that place where they drowned themselves till tomorrow is called Igbo landing. We do not give anybody nonsense from anybody. They are trying, but they will fail, because this Biafra is a mission from God. We are the children of Chukwu Okike Abiama. You all know, or if you can reflect back to the Israelites when they were in Egypt, it took them time, but they finally left Egypt. And Moses promised them that this Egypt you see today, look at it very well. Turn your back and look at Egypt. You shall see it no more. No matter who is colluding with Nigeria, no matter is Britain, Russia, America, Germany, France, they will not win us. Even if it is one Biafra remaining. Let's continue to listen.
Where a Southeast governor is playing his inglorious part. Hope Uzodimma is judicially imposed on his state, and he knows that once his term finishes, he cannot step foot into his state, even into his village where he has massacred several people. This governor is the one facilitating everything. He paved the way for Buhari to start the plan, and he has continued with the present federal government.
Hope Uzodimma. How Hope Uzodimma has been imposed on the Igbo people, that part of the region. Hope Uzodimma as a criminal. You know that Hope Uzodimma was an armed robber. When he was a very young man, he was an armed robber. And during the time of Idiago, so many years ago, they brought him to be tried in his hometown. Their chief refused. And they took him back to Lagos, and Igbokwe took him as a driver. Igbokwe was one of those who started 419ing in the late 70s and early 80s, and he became his driver. That was how Hope got connected. But do you know what? The history always repeats itself in Nigeria. Nigerians were using him. As they have EFCC, if they want to use you, knowing you are a criminal, knowing your criminalities and all the history surrounding you, they would appoint you to do their dirty business for them. If you refuse, they will use EFCC. They did it to Akpabio. And the next thing is that you will decamp from your party to join their party to be in safe haven. That is Nigeria for you. We all know their tricks. So Hope Uzodinma as a criminal, that is why they are using him. Because he cannot say no to them. Hope Uzodinma was the fourth man, but they appointed him because Fulani rules Nigeria. That's what this man is saying. So when you are doing anything, remember that internet does not forget. Remember that the world is watching, because we live in a global world right now. Globally, even if you are in the remotest part of the village, as long as you have internet, you are connected. So they are watching. This white man making this very announcement or report, he knows very well. He carried out his research, and he knew that during the time of Buhari, they appointed Hope Uzodinma to be able to lay their dirty hands on the oil and gas in that area. Because this gas is in Egbema. Egbema is in Uguta, and Uguta is in Imo State. That is the whole idea. Because when you see these people fighting, I know that they always go to Southeast, but they are not in Oka. No, that's not where they are looking, what they are looking for. That's not where it is posited. It is in Imo State. It is in Iguacha. There's also gas in Iguacha as well, and oil in Warri, oil in Akwa Ibom. That's why they settled there. That's why they are using somebody like Hope Uzodinma. Rightly said, the people of Biafra land have promised Hope Uzodinma that he will never set foot there and go scot-free. So Hope Uzodinma might decide to go to one of these countries that they are fighting for, to give the oil that belongs to the people. Do you people know that Fulani will choose that white man takes the oil that belongs to Biafrans instead of Biafrans having control of their oil? That was why when Gowon Jack, that's what Ojukwu called him, when they came back from Aburi in Ghana, 1966, entering into 1967, all African nations leaders settled the matter between them that they should go back to their regional government. When they came back, they refused. They told Gowon, no, we cannot go on regional government. All these countries that are fighting to lay pipe from our land to their own nation is for their interest and their people. What of our people that is being pied? In Nigeria, do you people have gas and oil? How much do you buy it? Something that God gave you. Every Nigerian is silenced with terrorism. So if you talk, because it's only a coward that could be terrorizing you, so that you can never rise up against them. The whole issue, the underlying issue, that is it. When you see the way they buy people, you will just keep your mouth shut. And you cannot talk. Why would you talk? And in the first place, who is going to listen to you? Not the Fulani man. They are very nomadic. They live in the bush. They have no feelings for human lives. That's why they are Arabs. They are the same brother and sister with Somali. That's why they were driven from Arab. The way we are black Jews is the way some of them are black Arabs with silky hair because of their violent nature. Recently to Hajj in Saudi Arabia, they deported him because they know he's a terrorist. So whatever you are doing, remember the internet does not forget. Remember the world is watching you. Because for this white man to be making this report means he has clear and calculative record of what is going on in that region.
With a relocation to the UK or to any other European city. This is the most strategic politician to come out of Nigeria. He is positioning the Yoruba. Once the war starts in the southeast, the North will depend on him and his people for the continuation of any semblance of Nigeria. The North needs an outlet to the sea. They need Nigeria, in whatever form. Whether Nigeria survives in any form or not, the Yoruba would be strengthened by taking over the spaces both in the literal and other sense vacated by the Igbo. This is what the Yoruba did in the First War. Now the stakes are higher, the price is huger, and the eyes are more opened. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play the political chess, and all these are related. Know this as a given.
Anyways, I don't really know what to say.
You have heard it, that Tinubu is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a political chess. But I can tell you that even if it is 20 or 10 Biafrans genuinely ready to fight, that we will get our land, Biafra nation must come. Today, during the war, 1967 to 1970, they were using the thieves. Because when some of the soldiers come, they will tell you that if you see these men, they are very huge. TV and Epoto, all the plateau people, they are huge men. But today, TV and Plateau State can never fight for them. That's why they are going to other Africans to recruit and bring in all these tiny, tiny Fulanis you see like rats coming to terrorize people. The type of powerful ammunition that Nigeria government is giving them. You all know that Nigeria does not produce any weapon. So where do they get it from? You all know. It doesn't have to come from me, because you all see them wherever they are going, they have ammunition. So who is giving them that ammunition? Helicopter comes at the middle of the night to discharge ammunitions, live arms, weapons of all sorts to them in exchange of what they are going to get. But I can tell you people that Chukwu Okike Abiama, no, Chukwu Okike Abiama will not leave us. That's why we are asking Biafrans to make a donation to biafrainUSA.org/donate or biafragov.org/donate. Is here on the screen, just below this place. You will see it. We cannot leave ourselves. No, my people, we don't have to allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. Our forefathers who drowned themselves many years ago, they secured that land for us. They will be very bitter with us that we ignored their effort and allowed Fulanis from Futajalon, the children of Usman Danfodio, to take our land. It will be a very shameful thing to our ancestors. So, my people, try and donate. The donation will not be anything that will be everlasting. No, it is only for a while. Our Biafra Liberation Army, they are fighting to save our land. They are doing asymmetric war, and we are doing the guerrilla war. Let us see how it will happen and how it will end. The land belongs to us and not them. So the determinant factor of what will happen there will definitely come from us. We have to determine what will happen in our own land. That gas and oil, it is our own. If Putin has put off the gas and oil in Europe 2023, then this one could be put off. We are not bothered about that right now, but it is a history that should remain in everybody's mind. It has to remain in your mind, my people. Biafrans, rise up. Do not allow your ancestral land to be taken by people who have no respect or regards for you. No, my people. We don't have to let that happen. It should not happen, my people. Now, let me tell you what is going on. You know that recently, Nigerian Army were going to Imo, Anambra, Enugu State, Calabar, campaigning their youths to join the military. My people, hear this. A man called Obida Amalafia informed Biafrans that Nigeria government, controlled by the Fulanis, had planned how to eliminate all Biafran youth. When you join the army, you will be the one that they will take to Zamfara or take you to Sambisa Forest in Borno State. And when they send you there to go and fight the Boko Haram, they will in turn tell the Boko Haram that you people are on the way. Besides, they will give you very old weapons, very dead cars, very dead armored cars, and these people will ambush them and buy all of them. One happened this early morning, and the soldier reported about it. Let me play the video so that you will hear out.
Another bargain and successful trading of the soldiers has happened again in Maiduguri, Msen local government of Borno State. They have traded the life of soldiers again in 153 Task Force Battalion in Msen local government army base. I must talk. I talk, I go, and I did not talk, I go. The Nigerian Army commanding officers are the problem we are having in this country. The insecurity issue we are talking about was because of the commanding officers. A private soldier, lance corporal, and above are ready to end the insecurity that is happening in Nigeria today within 48 hours. And officers does not allow that to happen because once there is no war, there is no money in their account.
Yes, let me explain this guy. He's a soldier, an Hausa soldier. He's in Borno making this remark. My people, ebe onye a nọ na-ekwu ife a, chọrọ m ikwu n'onu oyibo maka ndị YouTube na ndị Facebook. Ebe ọ nọ na-ekwu ife a, ozu ndị amị dọsasị na ebe afọ. nke ụtụtụ a, early this morning. Onye Igbo na-abanye amị ya dekwe wil ya nye ndị befa maka ọma na-achite. Una afụgo ndị amị afa na-egbu ebe a, ọ ndị South. Ọ bụ na ọ bụrụ onye TV, ọ bụrụ onye Yoruba, maọbụ ọ bụrụ onye Igbo, maọbụ onye Akwa Ibom, maọbụ onye Edo. That is how they plan it. Ndị are the very, very crafty, very calculative. My people, ndị a na succeed kwa o. They are succeeding. Let my people, let them rise up. Allows you to defend yourself. Nations Article 51 gives you the right to defend yourself. You will not be committing any and defend yourself. Even Danjuma told you that if you do not rise up to defend yourselves, you will all die one by one. He said that the military, that they collude with the bandits to kill Nigerians. That's what T.Y. Danjuma. But my people, when Danjuma was fighting Biafra, does he know that a day like today will happen? Same goes to Yakubu Gowon. And so shall it be with Christopher Musa, the CDS of Nigeria Army. Christopher is a Christian, and he's fighting for these people. The unfortunate thing about Nigerian and their military is that they don't think. They don't reason. It's a shame. Let's listen to this man.
People's children every year, every recruitment. How many soldiers have ended their life all in the name of saving the country for just only this month? You will not confirm it. What did they pay me? If they kill soldier, they not agree confirm. They not agree post. But if they kill one just officers, you will see them for army updates. Soldiers, when they kill for this incident, you cannot see their face on any army update, on any headquarters social media. But if now officers they kill, one officer they kill, the face for them they show for all the whole platforms. But if now soldiers they kill, you can never see the face of a soldier in any social media. Chief of Army Staff, what will be your plan? Chief of Defense Staff, what will be your plan to soldier? You, when you call yourself Chief Policy and Plan, Major General Bagudu, what will be your plan? Time never read for not to leave soldier alone. Time never read for not to start to sell soldier every day in that Meduguri and other states in Nigeria. Selling of soldier is now a business to officers. Taking of soldier life does not mean anything again in the eyes of officers. They will be happy now that a Boko Haram have attacked and the life of soldier is gone, that the federal government is going to launch a location to repair that military base or soldier base. And they will repair nonsense. They will put the remaining money on their pocket. Who is going to repair? Who is going to do the maintenance on that army base? It's still the same soldier they are going to carry to repair that base. And they will not pay them any amount of money. They will say they are working for their salary. They will not pay soldier 1 naira. Soldier is the one that will come and repair that place, that will come and build that place. They will only pay the civilian, they will not pay the soldiers. They will chuck the money inside their pocket. That is where they are. The reason why the fight in Meduguri can never finish is because of the generals. You are among Major General E. Abubakar, you there among. Chief of Defense Staff, you there among. J.J. Musa. Chief of Army Staff, you there among the problem that is happening in that Nigerian army as a whole. All the whole commanding officers. Now, trade by battle, now they do. Not do now they do the work. Even the office work. Now see the soldier they do. Only way to now they see signature and snap. Now the work on they do for the Nigerian army be that. The second trade work of the mission. Now to gang again and still tell the terrorists. This is how we are operating. You go for war front. Now go they carry civilian. Making the same errand for inside army base. That civilian, when I know that civilian go house now, he go come call the Boko Haram. Boko Haram, this is how their location is. When I go, they allow civilians to enter inside army camp for operation ground. When I go, they send a message. He go they monitor on the ground. How Boko Haram no go attack the army base? How Boko Haram no go in and out? Officers go they allow soldier, civilian to the enter inside army base. How they no go take attack military base? How they no go Boko Haram no go fit supersede the power? Una so una know. Stop sending soldiers, officers of the Nigerian army.
Biafrans, those of you who are listening, I crave your indulgence in this very, very... Please, my people, do not allow Biafran boys, the youths, to join Nigeria army. This is part of their plan. It is part of their plan. Nigeria will be telling America, Britain, Germany, oh, we are fighting Boko Haram. And they will be giving them loan. They will give them loan, give them equipment, ammunition to fight Boko Haram terrorists, but they are all lies. They are all lies. This is their ploy. It is part of their plan to destabilize other regions, especially Biafra land and Igbo land, to be very precise, because we are like bone in their neck. Mana anyị na faga na-eme. Faga n'enu anyị nọfa n'onu. Faga nani anyị nọfa n'onu. Please, my people, try and donate. biafragov.org/donate and Biafra in USA. It is all one word. biafraInUSA.org/donate is there on the Google. Type it there. And my people, you will donate and help and support Biafra land. Let me tell Biafrans the honest and bitter truth. If we do not support these men, there is no point we are shouting and fighting for Biafra. Because these military men we have, Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, and our BDF, you will not have any hope. For those of you who built mansions in your homes, if these men are not protecting it, Fulani will take over your land. They will take over your land and they will mess you up because they will bring Sharia law to you. If you say anything wrong, your tongue will be cut off for the whole head, or your hand will be tied. They will cut it off. If we have to donate and support this military. That's the hard truth, that our home is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. If you don't get Biafra, tell me, where will you be? If our land is taken, what's the point fighting? What's the point that we are doing what we are doing online? It will be meaningless and useless. But for us to achieve our goal, for now, we have to donate. And for so many of you who are sitting there saying 1 Nigeria, 5 Nigeria, 100 Nigeria, let me tell you, Nigeria is almost the size of Europe. How is it that children, young people, you are old enough to be their children, ruling France and the UK and Germany and the Netherlands and Spain, Italy, they will be there. Even Finland. I was in Finland. Finland is not even up to Enugu or up the whole southeast. They are 5,584,000. That's what Finland is. They are now detaining our PM so that their interests will be achieved. They want our oil and gas. Why is it that our people don't know how to fight for the interest of their own people? Why is it that we allow ourselves to be used to sabotage your own people? Finland fought Russia. Now Ukraine is fighting Russia and the whole Europe are supporting Ukraine. And they come and they are pressing on you to keep quiet so that they will lay their pipe and bring it to their nation for the people. The whole Europe. That's the agreement. That's why they are holding our PM. And the people they use in achieving that is still our own people. Same thing goes to Nigeria. The people they are using are the governors of all the states to hold Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is always shouting to the whole world of the injustice being meted at our people. Why will you not wisen up? Why will you not think? Why are all these things happening? We are dying for the interest of Nwabeke. Shame on all of us, those of us who want to be used as stooges and saboteurs to sabotage what we are doing. Shame on all of them. Sometimes I begin to wonder, why am I in this part of the world where people don't think, where people don't reason? Unana koifenefefe. One Nigeria has never worked and it will never work. It can never work. One Nigeria, my people, it will never work. I'm telling you, Nigeria will never work. I'm telling you, nobody will tell me that, that Nigeria can work. Hello, Onwanda.
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought forth, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large, all of which were different
in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of segregation has not materially altered the situation, and the main treaties have not knit them into a composite unit. This I credit to Madu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. They thought, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their background, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention. This is...
Yes, my people, have you heard what the former president of Nigeria, Mr. Goodluck Jonathan, what he is saying is like a reminder of how Nigeria came to be and what Nigeria is made to be. Nigeria is a business entity for the UK. So you can never expect anything better than what is going on now. You can't. But the unfortunate thing is that all these countries, they have laws, they have laws that guide what happens in their country. You cannot take anything that does not belong to you, in overseas countries. They have their Theft Act, all the sections that will tell you when you have stolen something that belongs to someone. But they will come to your country and they will take whatever they want. Why is it that they cannot come and negotiate? Why can't they negotiate this issue of oil and gas with Biafra? Even the one they had with Putin, was it from the air? Was it not negotiated? But no, Biafra own must go by force. My people, you cannot continue to use the blood of Biafrans to make Nigeria one, because Nigeria can never work. Nigeria will never work. Yes, it can never work. So, my people, we have all heard it, and nobody will dispute the fact that whatever God has given us belongs to us, and we have right to deal with it however we want. Let me play this other video in support of what we are saying and doing.
Nigeria import terrorists from all over the world. Right now, there are more than 5 terrorist groups that operate in the country today. Ansaru is in Nigeria. Mieti Allah operates in Nigeria. Fulani bandits operate in Nigeria. Fulani herders that had been named the 4th group in the world by the Global Terrorist Watch of West Africa. These terrorists operate in Nigeria. And the government of Nigeria provides for them to thrive, for them to do their bidding. They provide them with logistics, money, arms, and then they send them to the eastern region of Nigeria to fight people and to destabilize the region. That is their goal. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Yes, that is it. That is exactly what they are doing now. As this very video, I played specified. Listen to this again. Listen to this.
Nigeria working for you. General Muhammadu Buhari retired, knew the solutions to Boko Haram till he finally became president. He asked ex-president because of insecurity. He cried empathetically. He promised to end Boko Haram in 3 months. But now, he's telling us he's done the military. Why isn't he resigning? Governor Fashola knew the solutions to providing stable power supply till he became Minister of Power, and darkness pervaded the land. After trying hard and giving excuses like he only plays a supervisory role, the ministry was assigned to someone else. Power grid, still they collapse. The NSAS protest was insurrection. In fact, Aisha Yusufu ought to be in jail for instigating violence. Then farmers were beheaded in Borno. Same person asked Aisha Yusufu to lead a protest. Aren't these people supposed to forbid hypocrisy? Nigeria working for any Nigeria, from leaders hoarding, receiving kickbacks from government contracts, to farmers needing permission to go to their farms. Why is Zamfara's gold for Zamfara and Niger Delta oil for Nigeria? Why is Isba destroying alcohol, but their state governments receive federal allocation from monies received via taxation, including tax on alcoholic beverages? Why are some federal roads abandoned to bandits and kidnappers? Regardless of his campaign promises and the manifest rolled back in terms of development, continually losing its value. So a recently launched locomotive trains breaking down in the middle of nowhere. Nigeria has to be working for some people though. The government can do no wrong. To this set of people, their money isn't being stolen, even if the money is being borrowed, leaving debts for their own children to pay in future. Even don't use public institutions, to Ivy League schools abroad, to get medical treatment abroad. Some people have nothing, and we need to donate money for their medical bills if they have a serious ailment. Continue to hail the obvious lack of good governance till Nigeria happens to them. Then they get a little peace. May Nigeria never happen to you. Is it better than the political class who go home with millions monthly to represent people who can't even afford to feed themselves? I am Olajumoke Alaode James. Nigeria is not working for me. Is Nigeria working for you?
Someone that is virtually senile, and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Shatma. We should. Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. a multi-billion dollar industry because it takes a lot of money on defense budget. It has someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with funding terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget Kabiru Sokoto. Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, this terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. A multi-billion dollar industry because it takes a lot of money on defense budget. It has a lot to do with the sale of drugs. It has a lot to do with mining and illegal bunkering and illegal someone that is virtually senile and another person that has been associated on several occasions with terrorism. That is Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, we should not forget, Kabiru Sokoto was one of the most wanted terrorists, and he was found and arrested in his house. Let us understand and let us not forget, terrorism, this banditry, this carnage is not just happening by mistake. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. Multi-billion dollar industry. It takes a lot of money on defense budget. It has a lot to do with the sale of drugs. It has a lot to do with and illegal bunkering and illegal and illicit mining. And look at the areas that are generally affected by this. Take the Northeast, for instance. In the Northeast, you have the blue diamond. That is a strategic mineral. You have oil at the Chad Basin that is being explored right now, but illegally. You have to go to Zamfara. Zamfara has more gold than Ghana. Zamfara's gold in and other parts of the country. There is a market called Nigerian gold in Dubai. Go and check. So who is doing this mining? Most times they are the governors, the people in power.
We have one thing in common, all of us that believe in Biafra. One thing is we have in common: a pathological hatred for Nigeria. I cannot begin to put in how much I hate Nigeria. Despise it. With every drop of blood in my body, I will walk towards the total dismemberment of that zoo. That by the time we finish, Nigeria will no longer exist. That name, we wave goodbye to it. The same way Yugoslavia is gone, that Soviet Union is gone, that same way will the word Nigeria be obliterated from history books. Nigeria is a reminder that black people are stupid and foolish. Nigeria is a reminder that Queen actually seeped into our bone mass. Somebody reminded us this morning, when somebody from Nigeria pays and say, oh, you are making a mockery of God. God can only bless some created. I learned that this morning. God did not create the zoo. Therefore, there is no way God can bless it. It's impossible. It's a hopeless entity that people today say they are very proud to belong to was created by a white man. His name is Frederick Lugard. This man is not from Biafra land. This man is not Hausa Fulani. This man is not Yoruba. But there are some people from black Africa who are willing to go to war to defend what a white man created out of their own subjugation. The reason why the zoo was created, you did not create it. You asked the white man to go, the white man left and went back, but you retained every vestige of subjugation left in the hands of the tyrannical few, those who can read and write, claiming they are PhD holders but lack rudimentary common sense. They don't understand how to structure a society. Our forefathers were better political thinkers and philosophers more than the fools that gave us the zoo called Nigeria. They couldn't have come up with never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society. They couldn't have come up with a never in their lives. Instead, what they did was to create a society was to surround themselves with the military and the police. What they did is to ensure the subjugation of their own people by bringing money abroad and banking it abroad and in abject poverty. Wrong with the way that a black person reasons, that sometimes I wonder if some of them are human beings at all or not. I wonder, seriously. I don't think so. There is no need, there is no reason why they got independent, where the police do not carry guns on the street. Upon becoming independent, these band of vandals and animals, the police force. A police should be a civil service, not a force. It's civilian. They created a police force, police. They created the army. They created everything you can. They created all this rubbish in order to perpetuate themselves in power, in order to continue lying to you, in order for them to master everything that is to do with you and to subjugate you. The white man came, subjugated us, took away all our natural resources, and when they were going, they gave power over to a set of black people again, continuing even worse subjugation of their own people. And you're telling me these people are human beings? You're telling me that somehow black people in Africa are normal people? Yes, is that what you want me to believe that? If they are normal, they have to prove it. That you're not a monkey is by going and getting Biafra. If Biafra doesn't come, you are an animal. Biafra is the only justification you have to exist as a human being. Anybody saying that they are, he or she is, that person is worse than you. Please ask me this morning here, why do you call them animals? I said because they accepted a name given to them by somebody else. Only a dog and a cat can do that. A white man came from Scotland, studied it without asking questions, which goes to show your brain is not working properly. Had your brains been working properly, you will say, no, this is my name. After all, you answer Ahamefula. My name should not be lost. By answering Nigeria, you have abandoned your name, you have heritage. That is what Biafra is here to reverse. Everybody can gang up against us if they wish. But we want to make this victory in that everybody who is a Biafran will worship God forever, and every of Biafra from bondage, the extrication of the children of the Most High God, that very abominable entity, will indicate to you once and for all that indeed, Chukwa Biama, the world is about to see something they've not seen before. That Biafra must emerge. We must come to exist. We are not good for anything that doesn't belong to us. We are not asking for any territory or resources. All we are asking them to do is to leave us alone. The same way we were before the British came. We have the documentation to prove that we never did consent to form one Nigeria in the first place. The documents we signed with them was to trade with Royal Niger Company. We never gave them the consent to go and form Nigeria. This is one thing that the so-called band of Nigerian intellectuals never ask themselves, including the Yorubas, Weshoika in particular. Did we give our consent to Lugard to go and form Nigeria? The answer is no. We did not. Where did they do to go to form that zoo? Why did they hand over to a group of black men that continued the same slavish mentality impacted upon them by their masters? No wonder they are incapable of seeing. They are incapable of development. Real one, look man, I understand. Is that not correct? Yeah. The son is here, dancing from one nightclub to another, making prostitutes very, very rich on your money. Go to that nightclub to go and clean that nightclub to be able to feed and pay house rent. That money is coming. Real one look man is here in Austria with money stolen from Biafra. Him and the children are living it large, having fun. In the morning, we will go to the nightclub where the son went to party to good nightclub that we can get money to feed. Do you now see why I said that there's something wrong with us? Only an animal, not a sensible human being. Why do you think everybody revolted in the world That is a sign of sin. When you revolt against any oppressive regime or system, that is a sign that you are not being, or else you're an animal. You are an animal. When we preach the gospel on Radio Biafra, we tell you the truth. If you have sent it, people shouldn't look at us and say, oh, you are insulting us. No, I am telling you the fact. The fact that you're a Nigerian means you're an animal. Only an animal can accept a name given. Is that true or false? Then every Nigerian is an animal. We preach the truth here, coming at them. As I will keep reminding them, before we came, nobody could tell you the truth this way. Now that we are here, they can't tell you. We are not here to pamper you and put cream on you. If you have a problem, it out completely. Surgery. Cut out the problem. We cut out the rubbish and throw it away and heal you properly. And you survive. Than nursing an injury or wound that never improves. We are here. Do you know how shameful it is for a grown-up man from Biafra land to abandon the father's compound? I am the first son of my father. My father never abandoned his father's seed in order to survive. If something happens to me abroad and I don't go home, what happens to my family lineage? My own branch is closed. Do you? Is the way it is. When the white man came, our forefathers never gave them the first son, because the first son is the custodian. Them second to the last. No one heard him. Say him second to the last. Almost finished. We gave them all people that you will be amazed. I don't want to make some people feel bad. Everybody in those days, education is not Madiala. Number one. Number two, they are not the first son. Go and check it out. They went abroad and copied rubbish and brought home. That is why you're here today. If Nigeria is working, the fact that we are outside in such large numbers, including those I'm seeing today, means that the zoo it has not worked for over 50 years. When is it going to work? When? Somebody should tell me. When will it work? They say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. I don't know what is a fool at 50, what it is. Maybe a fool at 50 shouldn't even exist in the first place.
Yes, my people, Onyendu has said it all. You will all agree with me that Biafra is going to come. Because the way it is right now in Nigeria, nobody wants to live there. Nigeria is like, I don't know how to put it, very desolate, whereas it is fully packed with human beings. They are living at the mercy of nothing. So, my people, my fellow Biafrans, rise up. We have to really fight for our freedom. We must be free from Nigeria. No matter what they are using to cage us, to keep us, Biafra must come. All hail Biafra. Peace, progress, unity, and equity. My people, remember what Okoko and them told Biafrans during the war. No onye ndị ilo gbalgbulugbulu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwa n'ụla. Do not sleep. Onye mụ anya, oka deli ife onwe. Oka merikwa ife inwe. I say good night, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are watching me from. Share this message and let it go viral. Remember, biafragov.org/donate or biafrainUSA.org/donate. These are the two links you have to click and make a donation for Biafra Liberation Army. Thank you, Biafrans.